what you just said about, that 6-minute match of kind of get your stuff in and have it ready to go, because a promoter doesn't want to watch 15-minute, 20-minute match with entrances. If you send them that video, they want 6 minutes of what you can do, because they got stuff to do. They got a life. And I remember you telling me that. And when I had the opportunities to do that, a video of a 6-minute match that I can, if there's ever that opportunity, I was like, I'm going to take it. And it's something now that I pass on to the younger wrestlers that I'm helping out. And it's funny because a lot of them don't get it. And, I'll see that they're ready. They're ready to start branching out, going somewhere else, spreading their wings. And I'll look on YouTube and be like, yeah, you only have 15-minute matches, 20-minute matches on YouTube. I'm like, if you ever get an opportunity, say like at a school show or something like that, where you have a lot of control, because there's no time limits at those school shows. If you have an opportunity to go 6 minutes, get 6 minutes in. And it's hard for them to understand that, because it's like, this is what the promoters, you want that 6-minute match to send to a promoter so you can go somewhere else. Get your stuff in, look good, 6 minutes, boom, out the door. And it's really, it's interesting how many guys don't understand that. And they still, when they got that opportunity to do a 6-minute match, they still don't take it.
Yeah, well, and like you said, that 6-minute match is about having a match somewhere else, especially in the context of a school setting. You can control that. You can test yourself. Can I have a good match and tell a good story with ups and downs and exciting action? Can I do that in 6 minutes? It's a good chance to test yourself. And again, I was the head booker for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood for 3.5, almost 4 years. I can't tell you how many guys sent me their marathon main events, and I just didn't have time to watch it. I don't. No one does, especially if you're in the wrestling business, because 9 times out of 10, that's not your only job. So I would get at least 20 emails a day, and sometimes the matches and I would prefer the music video, honestly, because I'd be like, okay, at least this is 2.5 minutes of their very best. Is their in between going to be terrible? Who knows? If I take a chance, maybe I'll find out. Do they live close? A lot of things went into my process. But man, you send me your best match you've ever had, and it's 12, 15 minutes. I don't have time for that, and I also don't have any context, so I don't know where to skip to maybe see the good parts. So it's just important to know how to have short matches that are good. And honestly, for me, my favorite wrestling, my favorite years as a fan, I went back when I started booking the TV show, or before I started booking the TV show, I started studying the times. I started timing matches on my phone. Guys on Raw, my favorite wrestlers, would wrestle for like 3.5 minutes, guys. There would be like 2 4-minute matches in one chunk between commercials. And then guys get mad when they've only got 8. I'm like, bro, I gave you 8. You know how much time that is? Like, for example, when I did TNA against Kenny King, they were like, you guys have 8 minutes. And I was like, whoa, that's perfect. We could take our time. They won't, I won't get yelled at for rushing, we get to the curtain and they're like, all right, Kenny's about to go out. You guys have 6. And I was like, okay, we can do that. I've had previous matches. We can do that. And then Kenny's music starts playing and they're like, go, Kenny. Hey, you guys have 4 now. And I was like, 4? And I was panicking. Like, my heart was beating so fast because I was like, we can do it, but we're going to be going a mile a minute and it's not going to be good. Like, in my head, I was like, we can cut a few things, but we're still going to have to go like light speed. And then my music hit and they're like, all right, you guys are back to full 8. Get out there. And I was like, oh, thank God. But, that was 2012. And at that point I had been on Hollywood for 2 years and I had learned how to have a 6-minute match. And I had learned how to have a 6-minute match, or I'd learned how to have an 8-minute match that turned into a 5-minute match because we took too long on our entrances. That bell finally rings and the ref goes 5 to home. 5? I didn't realize I wasted that much time, And I'm glad I'm glad those situations arose because you learn from them. And then, it gives you more tools in your arsenal later down the line. In my head, I went from thinking I had 8 minutes to 6 to 4, and I was prepared for each. I was blessed to get that full 8, And when I was, selling to the back, Earl Hebner had his arm around me. You hit your time perfect, kid. You guys nailed it. And I was like, yeah. Having Earl Hebner ref my match was already super cool, but for him to tell me that I hit my time perfectly, like I was like, I can hang my hat on this. And we did. I looked up the match the other day to clip it into some highlights. It was 8 minutes and 3 seconds. And that 3 seconds was, I think, Mike Tenay going, like, all right, we got a qualifier. So, I mean, I was really proud of that. And that's something that's important. And I like watching short matches, and I like being in short matches. And I think that's something that wrestlers need to learn to love. You need to learn to love that kind of match, And the best way to do that is to go search them, Go watch, a Sunday Night Heat or a Shotgun Saturday Night, where they had an hour, but they had to recap Raw, which is 1,000 times more important. So you may have 4 minutes. You got to just go study those matches and learn how fun and exciting they can be, and then just learn how to pace yourself so you're not gassed going 100 miles per hour for 4 minutes straight instead of 50 miles per hour for 8, Those short matches are key, man.